we just did an ethnographic study of freshman college students who are the future of America. They're going to be sitting up here, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. And none of them, literally none of them have TVs in their dorm rooms. So, 5 years ago, freshmen had TVs in their dorm rooms. So my point is that analysis is more about the medium. Generally speaking, TV is obviously going away, but content consumption is not going away. Just the method in which the content is delivered is rapidly changing, and that's going to shift the dollars, but ultimately the dollars are still going to follow people who can create great content and engage audiences with it. And that's why I think it's a slippery slope to focus on the medium. I think you need to focus on what you're delivering to consumers and where that value is going to be created by doing so.
But hold on, because that demographic group watches a lot of television. They just don't watch it on the old-fashioned TV as a form of device.
Right.
They're watching it through Hulu.
They're watching broadband video services.
Right. Yeah, but I'm talking about the same TV programs.
They are the same TV, but they're not going out of broadcasting cable distribution channels, and because of that, it's going to change the industry. Consumers are going to be marketed to more so as individuals. The whole notion of doing a big media buying during upfronts where brands are getting rid of 60 to 70% of their media budget is going to go away, because brands over time, just like they're doing on Google with search, are going to be able to target individuals, and some consumers are going to want to purchase their content and not really want to deal with being interrupted by commercials during their content. So the delivery mechanism is going to change the game in terms of how advertisers are going to play in content consumption.
But you're just reinforcing the transformation from generic branded advertising widecast to everybody in hopes you get the right people to addressable forms where people are saying narrowcasted people that would care about this message and deliver that and then measure what you get from it. So I'd almost acknowledge that what you're seeing is because things are becoming addressable and the demands that people are putting on our customers, our CMOs, to say, I spend a marketing dollar, what did I get from it? And what I get from it is not the surrogates of click-through rates or Nielsen panels, that the world's saying, I want to know, did I sell something? And if I spent this dollar, did I sell something? And you can only do that if you know who you sent it to and follow the full integration of saying, and did they buy something?
And that's
absolutely
that's the beauty of being online like that. You can measure all that. And that's
if you know who they are.
And are they coming back and buying again? I mean, that's what we keep hearing. It's not just the first time you got to buy. It's am I building a relationship, a long-term relationship with this client? Are they coming back on a regular basis and spending more? And I think that's what gets real interesting with the brands that we work with is just, how do you engage that customer, for the long term? And that's where brands have to come up with good content themselves. It's one thing to have a Facebook page with 9 million followers and Skittles has, but what are you telling these people every day that's going to get them to keep you in their news feed and get them to keep you coming back to your page? And I think that's where the real opportunity is.
So this conversation I started off by saying television, and then we went down the line, and it turned into a conversation about digital. And I think that was the point I was trying to make, is that television and digital, obviously convergence is happening. It's no surprise to anyone. So the analysis of traditional media, television is obviously still the 800-pound gorilla, or at least today, maybe not tomorrow. And now it's going to be, brands are going to they're going to look at television advertising the same way they look at digital. The metrics are going to start to slowly emerge.
The implication is that television is going to stay the same. Television is becoming addressable now. Set-top boxes are becoming digital. So it's in the definition of what is television is changing. So I don't think you could throw it and say that's just one channel. It's actually bleeding into multiple channels, and the world's becoming digital. It's not about having a digital strategy. It's about having a strategy for what's a digital world.
Okay, so let me just ask a question related to that, which is that, everyone, as Matt just said, from a budget perspective, across the $280 or $300 billion that gets spent in marketing every year in the U.S. economy, the 800-pound gorilla, the biggest bucket is still television. Television, generally speaking, is about mass audiences. I'm obviously painting with a broad brush or a cliche brush. Mass audience, it's at the top of the funnel. It's about building awareness of brands. And DR, direct marketing, or DTC marketing, is something that happens way down at the bottom of the funnel. Now, you guys are saying the minute TV moves to the web, it becomes individually addressable. So is it building brand, or is it the last click wins, which is how a number of you are building your businesses, certainly Don and Jere.
Yeah, and Google. You made a leap, too, that I'd say is not going to happen either. It's not all going to be on the web. Television in its own channel today is becoming addressable through interactive. television, so they're not sitting by themselves. Yes, a portion of it will be, but you'll still have the NBCs that'll give you the ability to know who that program is being sent to, or household.
So you mean your point is that Matt's saying easy addressability
It's
with
not a
broadband
black and white
platforms,
thing.
but with fully digital cable systems, you're either addressable by head end to a cluster of households, or if it's got a digital box, right?
I know a lot of people who don't even have cable TV anymore, though. I mean, I know a lot of people now, I understand it's the bleeding edge, but we are talking about in some ways the future. People who don't even have cable television, they're getting all of their content delivered through Wi-Fi, and they're getting TV.
But that's outrageous. I mean, Comcast and Amazon are paying $150 a month, and now you're telling me that like for $30 I get a high-speed cable modem connection, I plug the Ethernet cable right into the side of my LG 60-inch plasma set, and all of a sudden I'm looking at television and not paying for the premium content packages.